Thank you for joining us, coming together in Christ on the trail of the saints of Northern Pictland. A journey through the past to discover a path to the future. We read in the Bible, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you will be careful to observe my ordinances. You will live in the land that I gave to your forefathers, so you will be my people, and I will be your God. Moreover, I will save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the grain and multiply it, and I will not bring a famine on you. Over the ages, many women and men have responded to this exhortation, not just among the people in the land of the Bible, but here in my own native Scotland. Since the early medieval era, much attention and energy has been expended upon promoting the Gaelic saints of the emerging Scottish nation. Yet many of the earliest Pictish holy men and women of the era have been confined to the legacy of legend, or vanquished unknown into the annals of time. Oral history has much to answer, as almost without exception, the saints' blessed biographies and holy hagiographies were fashioned many years after their entry into eternal life. Attempts to compare and contrast controversies and consecrations, seriously suffering from unholy exaggerations. These holy people existed, transforming the spirituality and the sociology of the communities that they encountered or created through their Christian mission. The names, places and stories have as much relevance now as when first related. Evangelization is always new. I'm reminded of the final verse of the late Sidney Carter's song, Were You There?, where he says in the last verse, wherever you travel, I'll be there, I'll be there. Wherever you'll travel, I'll be there. And the creed and the colour and the name won't matter. I'll be there. There is enormous topical attention in so-called Celtic spirituality and its church, resulting in a revival and resurgence of an ancient future religion with some emphasis on creation, accessible divinity, and reclamation of both individual and communal prayer and pilgrimage. Curious inquirers seek to know more about Christianity, ancient and modern, and discover some history that has not been accessible until this century. The modern phenomenon of genealogy drives many to learn about their roots and their antecedents, places and people, aided and abetted by modern technology and improved access to historical records and archaeological data. Since the Reformation, many saintly legends may seem to have vanished in the midst of time. However, there is a renewed curiosity in saintly role models whose example have taken on some relevance in confronting and opposing today's society that accelerates the dissolution of families and communities. The saints are part of our Scottish Christian heritage and inheritance that not only makes sense by placing them in the context and culture of their time, but also by an acknowledgement that their world and ours continue to be in context. Ours is a world where war, terrorism, religious and moral indifference are rife. where society has fractured communities and families as the norm, where authoritarian regimes consider human life from conception to cremation as optional or dispensable, where epidemic diseases still deal out death and cause long-term illness, where despite a plentiful world there is poverty, famine, hunger and homelessness induced by greed and corruption, where refugees and economic migrants are on the road to nowhere, where education may often be unaffordable, inaccessible and the privilege of a few, where an instant society insists on possession without counting the cost, where God is pushed to the extremities, considered insignificant and unwanted, while people claim to be more spiritually aware. So these short videos about some of the saints of Pictish are not academic works, but primers, if you like, that hopefully will encourage the viewer to encounter the saints in the stories and traditional holy places of northern Scotland. In recalling the accounts and legends of holy men and women, the short videos offer encouragement for you to delve deeper into the contemporary culture and context of our times, to find the roots and the realisation that together in Christ and journeying in the footsteps of the northern saints of Pictland, we may provide a Christian response to the challenges of secularism and the indifference to the Spirit of God who continues to live in the land of our forebears. Last century, entertainer Louis Armstrong sang the classical song with the immortal words, "Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Every person without exception is called not only to be holy, but also to be a saint in time and in place, and to transform society, their communities, their families, their friends and their neighbours to become that wonderful world." I hope that you enjoy the videos that are offered to you freely, and I encourage you to share on the various media platforms with your friends. All I ask in return is that you credit copyright to myself, John Woodside, and contact me if you need to gain permission to use any of the material in any format whatsoever. So thank you for viewing. Stay blessed, stay joyful.